Hey, what's up, guys? Another episode of the Nuke Stream, and today we're going to be talking about pictures. Very actionable advice today, and this is a topic where I lose a lot of people, right? And other guys have been good with pictures, lose a lot of people too, because marketing yourself as a man through pictures and through apps like Instagram and Twitter, dating apps, whatever, what have you uh, just seems feminine. It's something that girls do. Girls are the ones that care about how they look. Girls are the ones using Facetune. Girls are the ones posing in front of neon letters at the local new hip restaurant. Men don't do that, right? That's a feminized behavior. And women shame us for it. And that's one of the sad parts of this is that women shame us for marketing ourselves. They call us lame. They call it feminine or something. But the truth is that uh, if we were able to learn how to market ourselves the way women do, they would lose a lot of power in the sexual marketplace, right? They would not. Well, they wouldn't. They would lose considerable amount of power. Um, a lot of guys, we don't know how to market ourselves. Women know exactly what angles they look good in, right? Um, they they know what clothes look the best and what angle. They know what lighting. They know and if they can't hack it, they have Facetune, right? And it's just like when you go to war, which is, like, they say love is war, the battlefield of dating and love and all that stuff, you have to fight fire with fire, right? And one of the ways we fight fire with fire in the red pill is copying female strategies and, you know, using, adapting them to male sensibilities. And, obviously this is a little bit niche and a little bit more directed towards like the actual dating aspect instead of like a mental model. But this is part of that where like, hey, marketing and putting yourself out there and covering more ground in terms of getting women interested in you and pass women back into your life, like past plates and all that stuff. Sex is always good, especially if it's easy and a girl you've hooked up with before, right? We're just using their strategy for ourselves and we adapt it to male sensibilities, right? Like, I'm not going to be super obsessed with having a perfect picture. However, I want to have good pictures, right? And that's really what the show is about, is just how to take better pictures of ourselves. That way we can equalize it, right? Like, we can even the odds. So yeah, we got Donger in the house, one of our members. What's up, Donger? How you doing, sir? We got Jack Napier. We got Daniel Bell. Nice to see you, man. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's MX Brio. It's a good camera. Slowly upgrading. If you guys want me to upgrade more equipment, let me know and a super chat, and I can get more equipment. Right now, everything looks my setup looks good. I got a second monitor, so second monitor gang now, and yeah, I'm kind of happy. I'm going to start studying how to use my Rodecaster Pro. It's just I just need to understand and learn this piece of equipment. It's very nice, but I plug my microphone into it, and it doesn't exactly. Sorry, not my microphone, my headphones. I also got a new pair of headphones too. Nothing crazy, just the Audio Technica headphones. But every time I try to plug my headphones into the Rodecaster, there's some sound issues. So I'm just gonna have to sit down and learn it. Use Grok and all that stuff to learn it. But yeah, equipment's coming in as as I've been doing this for a while. I think I'm pretty set on doing this stuff. So I will continue to upgrade my equipment to bring you guys better quality content. So thank you. More to, they gave Nuke a shout out on Buster Fudgeless this morning. Your channel is growing. What's Buster Fudgeless? Hmm. Okay. Sure. I'll look this up. I'll look it up in a second. Or if you have a link or something, or something, if you want to put it in the chat so I could see it, we could discuss it too. Tang drinking harpoonist. What's up, sir? All about lighting. Yes, we're gonna get into that. And lighting is a big blanket term, right? There's external lighting, there's shutter speed, there's ISO, all that crap. We're going to discuss quickly, right? Because I'm not an expert, I'm not a photographer. However, I have been studying this stuff. I got a new camera for my birthday, and I've wanted one, but I said, hey, let me just ask for one on my birthday, and now I'm learning how to take better pictures, and it's pretty interesting. It's very interesting skill to have. Hey, what's up, Quacker? Quacky? I don't know how to say your name. Steven, what's up? Get earplugs. They suit you better instead of earphones. Yeah. Ay, ¿qué ondas, vatos locos? Hey, what's up? It was a troll? Who was a troll? Oh, well, I don't know who Buster Fudgeless is, but sure. All right. Um, so yeah, let's get right into it. So, pictures, right? Again, like I was saying before, right? Pictures are just something that men we're not innately good at. Our existence, there's more things that make us attractive to women besides our looks at first, right? It could be our presence in a room, status, right? Charm, um, physique, of course, what we're wearing, how we speak, who we know. Like there's so many things that make women that men can make men attractive and get you away from a woman, right? But in this day and age, in the age of online dating, of Instagram, right? We're looking for an edge. And when you are dating can get exhausting. Filtering for women, leads, and all that stuff can get exhausting. So what happens what happens is guys will see this picture taking stuff and they're like, this is feminine, it's too much work, it's not fun, it's not this, it's not that, blah, 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 whatever. So instead of like, being like throwing in the towel or just giving up on something, right? Let's just look into it. Let's see how can we make take better pictures for our Instagram dating profiles, whatever social media you're on, and maybe catch the eye of a couple girls. Or when you do hang out with younger women, because younger women tend to go for Instagram first, you can share your Instagram and she could look at your awesome life, right? And we're going to talk about Instagram as well. So yeah, it's just sad to see men kind of like bash me or bash other men that want to have a good set of photos for their profiles, and they say it's effeminate and you gotta do pickup or you gotta it's status and all that stuff. I'm like, no, dude, there is no right way, right? And I want to make that clear. Every guy who gets it, who understands this dating red pill stuff, understands that there is no 100% right way to do things. Some people, for their brand, have to convince you that their way is the best, right? The Christ people, the religious people, have to convince you that just sitting on your hands praying for a virgin is the best way. Right? That's an extreme example, right? Whereas the liberals are just like, hey, letting women do whatever they want sexually is also the right way. And I'm like, no, like being in a poly relationship where she goes out and bangs other dudes is not the right way, right? So we're here to add nuance. We're here to win, right? And when guys want to win, we come up with solutions, strategies. We pull data and results. That's what people that want to win that have a goal in mind, right? And the thing is here, none of us are here trying to sell anything. I mean, obviously, I got things to sell, right? But the main goal is to like, hey, pull information, and this is part of that. Like, I'm not here to tell you that online dating is better. I'm not here to tell you that having status and being the situational alpha is better. I'm not saying that having the best Instagram is better. I'm just saying that these things tend to work. In my real life, I've seen guys with really good Instagrams, so they tend to work, right? And let's not leave anything on the table, right? Don't stop leaving pussy on the table. Like, let's get laid. Getting laid is hard enough, right? Yeah, a lot of us have streaks where getting laid is easy, but in general, getting laid is hard enough. How about we make it easy for ourselves and be smart instead of being ego invested into our own um ways of getting women, right? So, yeah. Um, exactly. Game is like martial arts. We've got many different styles. Find out one works for you. And you can borrow stuff, right? Like duh, status is awesome, right? Status is an amazing status is I would say one of the most important things, right? But it's not like status is better than game, right? Game is like the rubber is like the tires on the car. Like you could if you have bad tires, no matter how strong your engine is, you're gonna spin and crash out eventually, right? It's not or your game or your car is too fast for the tires and it can't handle what your car is trying to do, like go off-roading or race or drag race and all that stuff, right? The game is the tires. It's where the rubber meets the road, the interaction where you're in front of a girl, whether it be because you have status, money, or you match with her on Tinder, or she's your female friend's best friend, whatever. If you don't have game, any interaction is going to be weird, right? Because you don't just status your way into the bedroom all the time. If you have high enough status, the woman will do it for you, right? But most of us are not going to be super celebrities that much, right? If you have to be able to navigate a social situation and able to defend yourself when women act up, and you don't have to always rely on your money or your status, right? For everything, right? Your status is your status is your funnel. Like, hey, I'm a situational alpha in this situation. That means girls are gonna gravitate more. They're gonna buzz around. They're gonna be around me. They're gonna stand next to me, right? They're gonna introduce me to their friend, or their friends are gonna introduce me to them. They're gonna be maybe they even might approach first, right? Because women are starting to approach first these days. Um, but if you say something weird or you say something out of pocket or anything, unless you have something unless you're just that famous or that amazing, right? She's gonna like be like, this guy's weird, right? So game is always the most important skill. If you're gonna learn anything, only one thing, game is number one. It doesn't matter how jacked, rich, or anything like that, right? Because game is gonna keep you safe from women's behavior and also not, you know, you'll be less weird. Or else like you see these celebrities that are like turn out to be super creeps. It's just because they had no game. They were weirdos. They were always weirdos. They got a little money and fame, and then hot girls started approaching them. They never learned game. They never learned about how women really are. And then, their interactions were weird, and then women called them out later down the road, and they became national losers, you know, because they're famous. Now they're a famous loser. So, yeah. So, yeah. Has Nuke ever tried mayor game? Like being in charge of a city? Maybe, maybe one day I'll be a mayor of a town or something. Um, but yeah. All right. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. So, but part of funneling, right? Part of the process of getting a girl on a date with you or alone with you, isolated with you, is that you need to prove to her, yeah, you're awesome, and you need everything in your arsenal, right? Because first off, women are distracted, right? There's so many things going on. There's other men, other matches, there's events, concerts, all that stuff. All these things are vying for her attention. Everyone wants to be around hot women, right? They're desired everywhere. So you have to be able to kind of stand out. And it's not that hard, right? I would say, sorry, when you're at my level, right, of just maybe game, I'm not even that good at game, right? But game, red pill knowledge, um, just maturity, kind of understanding of the world, how the world works, right? The hardest part is going to be getting women to pay attention long enough, right? It's not that you're ugly or unattractive, it's just women are incredibly distracted. So you really your competition is thing like events or just her friends or anything like that, social events, stuff like that, right? Don't take it so personal when you get rejected. It's probably because that went out, or maybe an ex that she's still hung up on. Anyways, whatever. However, your most important tool besides game in these initial stages of interaction is your pictures, right? And you need to have good pictures if you want to do well better in this game, right? And we have to talk about pictures, and we have to talk about first off why women don't want us to take pictures. Like I mentioned in the beginning, Women don't want us to take pictures because it's like if we knew how to market ourselves, they would be kind of fucked, right? They wouldn't be able, like the competition would like go more towards in our favor. Not that it's in our favor that much anyway, but the competition would go more towards in your favor, right? They don't want guys that are good looking or potentially good looking to market themselves, right? Because that means more girls to compete with for the hot guys, right? They don't want guys to take good pictures of their dog and their skills and their hobbies and their fun life, right? Because that means that I want to get with that guy, but now all girls know how awesome he is. Now I got to work harder, right? It has nothing to do with you being effeminate. It has nothing to do with you being childish or like a woman or wasting your time or a real man. It is basically, oh shit, this guy is using my strategies against me. And if there's anything women hate, is that in this game, is that we use their strategies against them, right? So yeah, um, yeah, um, so so yeah, we're adopting female strategies for ourselves, and it works, right? So hey, what's up, Mish? I was playing Monster Hunter with Mish earlier, was shooting the shit and all that stuff. So if you guys want to play Monster Hunter, here's the I'll put the my you guys hold on, copy. I'll put the Discord here. It's a public Discord, right? This is my video game Discord. If you guys want to play video Monster Hunter with me and all that stuff, right? If you're a Spurg, you're out. Like I'm not dealing with Spurgs. You know, I don't want to talk red pill on my video game channel or anything like that. We're just trying to game, all right? Um, all right. So, continuing on. So yeah, taking good pictures of yourself, right? And we're gonna get into it. So first off, it's an incredibly valuable skill. People pay money for good photography, yeah, right? Whether it be a wedding, whether it be headshots for your LinkedIn profile, whether it be you're doing something and you need somebody to take good pictures to capture a memory or capture a really good side of you, right? So no one can tell you it's a dumb skill to learn because it's literally people pay lots of money for photography, right? It's it's silly to say that it's not a good skill. It is a great skill to have, right? And you all men need to learn some aspect of photography. Okay. So in order to first take pictures, you need a device to take pictures with, right? Most people have their iPhone. iPhones are excellent. The new iPhone is excellent at taking pictures. I don't have one yet. I still have an old iPhone 10X. I know I'm a real boomer with phones. I might get a new one soon, right? Depending on what deals Verizon gives me. Um, but yeah, so you need a phone or a standalone camera. I personally recommend the Sony ZV E10. It's a nice camera. And I got a little lens on it too. This lens is a 16 to 50 millimeter lens. Nothing crazy, but you can add, more lens to it. Um, it has a screen on it, right? So you could turn the screen or you can flip it like this. And then when you're done, if you don't want to expose the screen, you flip it. See, it's flipping. And then you put it like this, right? And you put it away, right? And then so if you want to take a selfie or be in the shot, you could flip the screen. And yeah, the charge time is a little low, right? But it is Sony, it's quality stuff. And then here on the top, you can right here, you can add attachments like a windscreen for like your mic, because I think this is the mic right here. So you could take videos with it too, right? Obviously on the bottom, like all camera devices, they have the attachments so you could selfie stick or a tripod and all that stuff. And yeah, this is a good camera. You can get new, it's like 700 with all the bells and whistles, right? But you can get it refurbished or used for like 400, 500. And yeah, it's an exorbitant price, right? But here's the thing. As the world becomes more online, as more young women want to know who the hell you are before you give them your dating before they give you your number or be alone with you, right? These things will pay off, right? And it's not necessarily just for women, right? Like if you can go Like this is kind of discreet. It's not that big, right? You could put it in your jacket or in a pocket, or I have a strap. I just put it around me. I go out to the park with Tadashi, and I take pictures of me and the dog, right? Um, Girls love seeing these cameras out too. They're like, hey, ladies, can I take a picture with you guys? You look interesting, right? And you take it and you make silly poses with women, right? It's a social tool. First, second, but first, it's like this is gonna add value to your life if you put in the effort to learn how to use this camera, right? And right now, um, you have Grok, you have AI, you have ChatGPT, Grok, whatever. It's like learning things now. There really is zero excuse not to learn something, unless you don't want to learn it, right? Like I was like, hey, I don't understand these settings. I know a little bit, but I don't understand the settings. So this is what I did, guys. To I said, Grok, I have a Sony ZV-E10. I need the settings. First off, I asked it, sorry, to teach me or tell me what the each settings meant, right? And when I didn't know where that menu or that setting was, I asked Grok, "Hey, where in my camera is this setting?" And Grok would give it to me, or ChatGPT would give it to me, right? Um, okay. So then I would say, "Hey, I want to take a picture of the skyline, right? If you guys know, I have a view of the Dallas skyline." And I said, "Hey, it's the sunset. What settings do I need?" And then Grok would be like, "Hey, this is the setting. This is your ISO, aperture. This is what like your focus, shutter speed, all that blah blah blah." And I'd be like, "Okay," and then um, put it on something rigid, and I take the picture. I take three, and then right here on the side, it has a little what do you call it? Has a little port where you can connect it directly to the computer. You see, it's like a USB. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it has a little port right there where it could connect directly to a computer via USB-C. There you go. Let's see if I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, there you go. USB-C, right? Um, and yeah, so and then here on the bottom, if you open it, is the battery. You can buy a better battery or a spare battery if you're going to be out for a long time. And then there's the SD card, and you just put the SD card in your SD card reader in your laptop. And then you just spend a day or spend like 30 minutes putting photos, right? And then if you want to run it through a photo editor, something cheap like Canva or something, edit your photos and then you upload them on Instagram, right? Or you have them in your computer. And that's it, guys. And yeah, it may seem expensive to guys that don't use cameras, right? But you probably spend it on dumb shit. This stuff is going to really improve your life if you take the time to learn. If not, it's just going to be an iPhone that can't call, right? And who wants that, right? So yeah, and it takes video too. Very excellent video quality if you want to take a vlog or take a video of you doing fun stuff, whether it be riding a motorcycle, driving a cool car, running with your dog, um, talking and laughing with people, right? You want to use this to capture how awesome you are, right? This is the bridge that's going to show the world how awesome you are. And I promise you, most of you guys are more awesome than you think. Really. Like it's hard to tell as a guy because everyone tells us we suck and we're boring and we're not good enough, whatever. That's what the world implies. But if you look at your life, right, unless you're like a basement dwelling loser, you're probably more awesome than you think. You may not be the coolest guy in the world, but there's things that you do that people like, if you were able to take pictures and video of it in the right moments, you would stand out as a man. Right. And that's what we're here for. We're not here to tell other guys that they're gay or they're stupid or they're feminized for things that work. If it works, it works, right? If it's legal and it works, it works. Um, for this camera, um, there is attachments. Like I bought a flash attachment because sometimes I like to go to a salsa night or an anime rave, right? And as long as I have permission from the people there, I'm like, hey, can I take a couple photos of me? I could do this, and trust me, guys, those places are very good ways to show a higher value, right? Like I have pictures with young women who like my sword, like the sword back here, the cloud, the Buster blade. Buster Sword, they love that. Girls were wearing it, right? I would wear I would wear Cloud cosplay and the girls would swarm me and follow me around the whole night because they wanted a picture. Yeah, obviously they're shy little college girls, right? But They wanted a picture, right? And I took, I wish I would have had. I didn't have flash. My brother was trying. My brother knows more about cameras, and he was trying to get a best picture. But since I didn't have flash, the pictures didn't come out that great. But still, it came out pretty good, right? But that's what I'm saying, guys. Like to me, what was like a normal outing, just going to cosplay for 2, 3 hours, and then some group of girls, nerdy girls, were like, "Yeah, can we have a picture, please?" Take a picture and then move on. If I would have had everything, all my equipment together, and I would have taken that picture, it would have been like, "Holy shit!" Like, wow, this is a really good picture. He's around some cute girls. One of them was chubby, right? One of them was fat, but you get the idea. Um, you know, it just shows how awesome you are. Like you're having a normal, awesome life. And even if it doesn't show that you're awesome, right? It shows that you're comfortable around women and women are comfortable around you. And that within itself is already you're standing out because most women think that most men are kind of creeps or don't care at all, right? So, yeah. All right. All right. I think this guy's singing Africa by Toto. I don't know if he's being serious or not, but if he's not, guys, go ahead and kick him out. Where's Frieza? Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I was starting to sing it in my head. At least the troll, at least he provided us a little bit of entertainment, right? At least. So, so hard the Dragon Balls couldn't bring him back. Yeah. But yeah, guys, that's one of the pieces of equipment, your camera, your iPhone. Obviously, I don't have the newest iPhone, so I don't know exactly what's going on with it. I'm gonna guess that's same thing as except maybe like better better clearer pictures and stuff like that. So, yeah. Um all right, another thing that will help you in terms of your picture taking journey, right, is this thing here, and I call it it's called a hold on, it's the one second. Bluetooth clicker, right? Let me show you guys. This is a Bluetooth clicker, right? And essentially it has two buttons. One is for Android, one is for um, iPhone, right? If you see it there. And this clicker essentially it has a little on and off switch on the side. I don't know if you see it there. On and off switch on the side. There you go. And you turn it on, right? Right now it's on. I should probably turn it off. Battery's probably drained. And it has a, your normal battery, your normal watch battery, or flat battery, right? And what you do is it automatically connects to the Bluetooth of your phone. So you could set your phone somewhere. And this is very discreet, right? It fits the palm of my hand. You could put it on your keys or whatever. And then you could just take a picture of yourself, right? And the picture, you don't have to like ask a stranger to take pictures of you or anything like that, right? You just click, right? Click or something like that. And the picture's taken. And you could take hundreds of pictures. People don't even know. Like, a lot of people when they're out taking pictures of themselves, they get a little like anxious because they feel and look stupid, right? But if you have a clicker, you can take pictures of yourself and all that stuff. Um and all that. And it helps like when you're taking selfies. Like one of the good a good picture to take is selfies with women and like doing silly faces. Not too silly that's lame, but like, just like a silly face and her kissing you in the cheek or whatever. But if she's trying to figure out the phone and all that stuff, you could be like, hey, no, good. I just click on Bluetooth's automatically connected. You open your camera app, boom, boom, boom. You start taking selfies with a hot chick, and there you go. You have a demonstration of how her value. You're taking pictures with the hot chick that's making silly poses with you, right? So yeah, this clicker stuff, it's only $3 on Amazon, sometimes two, and you don't need an expensive one. Some of them, and it's so cheap that some of them will bring a 2 pack, so you have one for you and then one to backup or something, right? So yeah, an iPhone Pro, yeah, I think we're up to iPhone 16, and yeah, iPhone is amazing at photos, right? Um, there's plenty of guides on the internet too. Don't take it from me, right? Like go on YouTube or Instagram. There's these guys and that like say this is how you get the most of your iPhone camera, right? The power is yours, guys. You have so much information. You have the Library of Alexandria in your pocket. We have PCs, AI now. Like if you don't want to win, it's because you don't want. You refuse. You just want girls to fall in your lap, right? And that's the infuriating part where Guys will be like, "Hey, I took a picture and it looked amazing. These are the settings I used. I did this, I did that." And guys are like, "That's gay. I wouldn't. I'm not doing that because that's." I'm like, Who cares, dude? Do you want to be right or do you want to have sex? Do you want to be right or you want to be happy? Right? Yeah, maybe it's not your thing. Maybe you've already established your way of getting women. I get that. Like I'm not gonna tell a man how to do about his business, but I just don't get why other guys are just like, trying to put down men that are trying to get laid the best way they can. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just ego. Like, hey, if taking pictures and having a good Instagram works for you, right? Then do it. If it doesn't, I doubt that it doesn't, but if it doesn't or you just don't like it, then do it your own way. There's no need to convince other men to do it your way, right? But anyways, continuing on. Yeah. Jesus Christ, he came back. All right. I keep one of those clickers in my luggage with me, so anytime I'm out of town or doing something interesting, I have it right there. Those are a great investment. Yeah, dude, and they're only like $3, like 3, $4, and they bring two, right? So if you lose one, you still have another one. And they're like, you could just put them on your keychain, right? Turn it off and put it on your keychain. And I'm like, oh crap, like, and these are great for like, like a coffee shop selfie or something like that, right? So yeah. All right, let's move on. Got a little bit to cover today. All right. The next thing would be a tripod, right? And these are less discreet because it's a tripod. It's big, right? But honestly, sometimes you need a tripod if you want to take pictures of yourself. Like you can go to the for example, I have Tadashi. Tadashi is a cute dog. So how am I gonna take pictures of my dog, right? If I'm holding him or he's running around and I'm also like trying to snap a picture on my camera or my iPhone, it's not gonna work, right? So what I do somewhere a message. You're not from here, sorry, I got organized. But boom, right? You have a tripod, and these legs extend. I don't know if you see it. The legs extend all the way out to like five. It's like 5 feet or something, 4.5, 5 feet. It has a screw here where the camera goes, right? Um, you can take this off, right? Screw it into your camera, and then you put your camera on this, boom, and you put it anywhere, right? And then um, cameras have clickers too, or you could just set a timer or continuous burst and all that stuff, or record or whatever you want to do. And then this has usually has a phone attachment. And if you put your phone on it, you could just bend it forward like this, put the phone attachment here, and set it up, and then just have your phone continuously take pictures or use your clicker. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Use your clicker, right, to take pictures, right? It will feel silly, but right, no one. If you're taking pictures of your dog or taking pictures of yourself at the beach, no one really cares. No one really cares that much. And that's the thing. No one's out here judging you, right? Unless you're doing something silly like these influencers in the wild, kind of like remember that page on Instagram, influencers in the wild, where they're like dancing and acting completely ridiculous, right? You you taking a selfie of yourself on the beach, just facing off into the water, people probably won't even notice, right? It's when people do stupid things in public where they're like dancing and doing backflips and all that stuff. That's when people kind of notice, right? But you taking a normal picture of yourself like in front of a monument or something like that, no one really cares. And matter of fact, they might think you're a professional photographer, right? And they'll leave you alone because like, oh, that guy knows what he's doing. Especially with a camera and a lens, you're gonna be like, I'm not messing with that guy. So yeah, but hold on. I was wondering why I had so little viewers. My video isn't posted on hold on. For some reason my video is not posted on X. I'm not getting any views. That's interesting. Okay. Huh. It's not playing on the timeline. I don't know how to fix that, but get out of here. This is interesting. 1 second. I think I figured it out. I think I have to go to premium and broadcast. Premium. Where is it? Media studio. Um, producer. I guess. I mean, it's posted. So. Oh, this is weird. But anyways, guys, let's continue. Anyways, yeah. Life. Life without pictures. It's not. You're not gonna get far with women, especially young women. They're always gonna ask you for the Instagram. So let's make sure we get this picture stuff down. Learn a little bit. Trade notes on it because um it's very important. Hold on. I'm not seeing my live Twitter stream on my timeline. There we go. Okay. The For You tab. Hmm. It's there. It's just not. Well, this is interesting. All right. 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. Um, it looks like it's just a live issue, but we'll just do it on YouTube. Usually I get a lot a lot more views, but that's okay. That's okay. People can watch this on their own time. All right, so moving on. We have okay, so we talked about phone, standalone camera, Bluetooth clicker, tripod, all that stuff. So let's talk about um different types of poses and photos you can do, right? So let me just open Pinterest. The first photo you can you'll see is that we talk about is candid photos. Candid photos are pretty much one of the best type of photos um you could take. It's just basically it's just a photo where it catches you doing an action. You're not really paying attention to the camera. It's a demonstration of higher value in the sense that you're not trying to attract attention. You're just someone's actually thinking you're interesting enough to take a picture of you while doing something. Do you actually need someone else there to take the picture? No, because you have a Bluetooth clicker and a tripod and all these other things, right? But it's a good type of photo to have because it sets you apart, right? So I'm going to, let's see, let me share screen here, present, share screen. Okay. Boom. Okay, so here at the bottom. So as you can see, I put candid photos by men, right? And you know, these are all good examples. This is an example of a photo where it's just him leaning against something and he's not looking at the camera. Um, Let me see another one. This is a good example. It's just a random pic of him on a subway, um, and all that. Guy walking. Like none of these are super complicated, right? It's just you're looking away from the camera, and that's already a big deal. Like most people are posing for cameras and doing group photos or doing selfies. These photos really set you apart from the average photo taker, right? Yeah, is anyone else having issues with Twitter? Something want to share some shit onto my television frozen for like really now. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, like it's just my video is not playing on the timeline, and that's, it's really affecting my reach here. But yeah, if you guys have any problems with Twitter, let me know. But anyways, yes, where were we? Okay, so yeah, these are all good poses. Uh some of them are looking in the camera, those don't count, right? But just like you looking away and actually doing something, like this guy's just has a football. Um, is it's like behind like a metal fence or something, so it looks like someone's interested in him enough where he can look away, right? And that's really what matters, right? Is that you're interesting enough for someone else to take a picture of you doing something, and that shows a demonstration of higher value. All right, we got a $5 one super chat from Dark Knight Dev, sir. You get one of these.
Thank you so much, best friend!
What's your best movies to watch with a girl? Mine was The Mask with Jim Carrey, or the first two scary movies. Typically something funny. Yeah, you know what? I I think it depends on race, right? Like usually like for Asian women, my go-to was Everything Everywhere All at Once because it's a very emotional Asian cultural movie, and they would get well, you want to get the girl emotional, right? If you're watching a movie together. Um So anything that shows emotion, like it spikes her emotion, whether it be fear, sadness, love, whatever, makes her feel something. She'll associate that with you, right? Don't watch a boring ass movie, a corny movie, or a movie about like, or a documentary or something like that, right? I would say, um, watch movies that kind of are touch the soul and get you, uh, makes you feel something deeply, right? I think the scary movies are really funny, and if she's into that type of humor, then yeah, go ahead. Also, I think movies that are romantic, like The Notebook. Obviously, that's like every guy's go to get laid, but that hey, if it works, it works, right? But yeah, I just think any movie where it's like it's an emotional movie will get you laid because women will associate spikes in emotions with you. right? So yeah, fear, sadness, um, love, breakups, whatever, something that she'll be like tearing up by the end, or like gripping you tight because she saw there was a jump scare or something like that. Those are the ones that usually work the best. So, all right, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Oh, that's probably why a lot of people are using Grok a lot, melting some of the GPUs, and the Ukes are definitely DDoSing it. Yeah. Um, Yeah, usually my so guys, you're not gonna get a lot of traffic to the video tonight, but sure. Yeah, and I'm currently fighting a battle on Twitter, your daily stupidity battle, where I told everyone that hey, like body count is more about guys being scared of not being a girl's best or getting her best sexually than it is about purity and morality, right? But white girls love boys in the hood. That's funny. The best movie to watch with a date is Titanic, yeah. But Titanic is a little long, right? That's the issue with Titanic. It's just really long. I would say avoid like nerdy movies or movies like that are like appeal to men, like World War II movies. Women aren't into that. Uh, what else? World War II movies, like Lord of the Rings, stuff like Game of Thrones appeals to women a little bit because there's strong female characters, but like that doesn't spike women's emotions or anything like that. If a girl's like nerdy and shy, I think Studio Ghibli films are good for her, right? Uh yeah, you just got to calibrate to the type of girl, right? Just figure out like based on her personality what would cause her to just get in her feels and all that stuff. So, you know. Yeah, photos need to look candid, not you holding the phone taking a photo in a gym mirror unless you look straight. Yeah, and there is a time and place for the gym selfie, right? We're gonna get to that too. All right. Okay, so yeah, so we have the candid photo. So basically the secret is be in the center, performing an action, and don't look at the camera, right? The next one is the fit pic, right? So let's just look up here, men's fit pic. And a fit pic is essentially you're just showing off like, oh, let's say a lot of the same pictures that before were like, right? And basically the fit pic is this, you're showing off your clothes, right? This doesn't have to be the only thing on your Instagram or your dating profile, right? There's just an aspect of you, or put it on your timeline or your Instagram reel stories, where you wear something nice. Like once in a while, you put on something nice. It doesn't have to be formal wear. Just like, hey, I have a look that really compliments me, and like the Rolo essay, it is congruent to who I am and what I want in women and my scene or whatever lifestyle I have, right? Like this guy is a gym freak. You could tell he works out a lot, right? So, he probably went and got a whole bunch of new Gymshark stuff and he's showing it off in the elevator. And, you know, there's several concepts in this picture that we'll talk about, right? But holding an object, right? The the faceless selfie, which is basically you're covering your face with the phone, that's also really good. You're in an elevator, right? Which when a women see an elevator with lots of floors, a nice clean, not dingy elevator, they'd be like, wow, this guy lives probably in a nice building, right? The things that they deduce. Remember, women overthink this stuff more than we do. To me, that's just like a jack dude going to the gym. I'm like, yeah, I wear that like twice a week, whatever, leg day. But then to them, they're just like, oh, nice legs, and oh, he has tattoos, and what, like, that's a lot of buttons on the elevator. He must live in a nice area, and he's jack, like, and he drinks coffee. He must live like he must be a normal guy that enjoys coffee, blah blah blah. And there you go, right? Like, it's just let women's hamster work for you, right? You don't have to keep explaining women. Let their hamster run, and that's what the pictures are for, to let their hamsters run a little bit, right? Um, but yeah, the fit pick can come in different sizes. You could just be outside doing something and then you take a fit pic, or you could be let me see another one. Trying to find one where he's sitting down. Fit pic. Yeah, well, this gentleman, uh purplish pants, gray top. That's a good combination, gray and purple pants. And he's chilling, right? He's just sitting down on some giant wooden spools, and he's looking fresh, at least to him. I don't agree with the cat, but yeah, he looks fresh, and that's a fit pick, right? So, all right. We got a $5 super chat from Alex Patino. You get one of these, sir.
Thank you so much, best friend!
Alex with the $5. First day with my wife, we went to watch World War Z, and sometimes we watch reruns of Little House on the Prairie or Avonlea. Really? Huh. I mean, World War Z a good movie? I thought it was all right. It was just your average zombie movie. I just I wasn't impressed by it, but I'm like, yeah, it's a good enough plot device, or good enough like reason why they were able to defeat the zombies and all that stuff. So yeah, Walk to Remember. I remember that movie. Yeah, Walk to Remember is great. Great for getting girls all emotional. Like, any movie like that, man. Like they get some like their juices flowing like that. It's gonna work, right? So yeah, thank you for the super chats, fellas. All right, so yeah, that's the fit pick for you. It's just you're showing off how you look, right? Um, you're wearing something nice or good outfits. And guys, remember, some outfits look amazing in photos and mediocre in real life, and vice versa. There's gonna be sometimes you'll wear something really nice and you're like, oh, I look amazing, and then when you take a picture, you're just like, man, this looks generic as hell. And sometimes you'll just wear a sneakers, jeans, and a t-shirt, but somehow you just look better, or it's a better picture and all that stuff. So, um, yeah, it's just go with what works, right? Everyone's different. Yeah. So, okay, the next one is the selfie, right? This is the one that's the most controversial, where everyone's gonna make fun of you, um, because they're like selfies are for girls, and a selfie is a feminine trait, right? But not really. And I'll tell you why. Like selfies can be seen. Selfie is a authentic way of presenting yourself, right? When you take a selfie, it's like your guard is down. You can make a silly face. You're not posing. You have the phone in front of you, and it's just you smiling or something like that, right? It's supposed to show the more authentic, close up, intimate part of who you are through a photo. So, um, there's different types of selfies, right? And the thing is with selfies that they can either look super tasteful or they can look terrible, right? And the whole point, like I said before, is to provide an authentic side of you. And here's some types you could try out, right? There's a jawline selfie. Let me see if I can find an example of a jawline selfie. Male selfies. Okay. Yeah, some of these are kind of like questionable, right? But most of them are not. The jawline selfie is essentially you're taking a close up. Here you go. This is an example of a jawline selfie. It's like you're showing off your jawline. I know, guys, bear with me. I know this isn't something that looks kind of weird, right? But the jawline selfie is just if you guys have a good jawline, it just demonstrates physical masculine values, right? Just showing, hey, look at my jawline, right? And you're just under the guise of being into just me taking a selfie in the bathroom or somewhere, right? I wouldn't post these too much. I think this is the one that you have to post the least of, right, on your profiles and Instagram and all that stuff. But a story once in a while of a jawline selfie, here and there can't hurt, right? Um, we also have muscular back selfie, right? So, um, man, Pinterest is gonna think I'm playing for the other team. Let's hopefully nothing too crazy comes up. Okay, right. So I'm trying to find a. So if you guys like here's an example. If you guys have like a strong back or you've been working out, tell me that a picture like this on your Instagram profile or as a story, right, doesn't look good. You don't have to go all out, right? But turn down the lighting a little bit. And if for you guys that put in the work in the gym, right, show off your work, right? Not excessively, not not like a not like a douchebag or like someone that's like one dimensional gym bro, right? But like show off your back. Women like backs, right? So when you show off your back, do it like this, like turn on the lighting, like this guy right here knows how to take a back selfie, right? women will constantly tell us how lame and feminine it is to take selfies until they see a picture like this, right? Well, they're like, but he's hot. I'm like, most guys that are work out have a strong back. We just don't know how to take pictures of our own body that we worked hard for, right? And guys, if you put in the work in the gym, why not show it off? You put it that shit takes years and watching your diet and sacrifice, right? And not eating shitty food and setbacks and injuries, right? And like body dysmorphia, all this stuff to look good. And you're gonna let people tell you that you can't take pictures of your work, right? Hell no, dude. Take your muscular back selfie, right? And if you take a picture of your back and it's not muscular, get to work, right? Lose some pounds, start doing some back exercises. Jack can help you with that. He's in the chat, right? So yeah. Can you guys get Krillin again? He just keeps getting revived. Thank you. Um, but yeah, sure. Okay, let's move on. Besides the back selfie, we have more along the lines of the back selfie is the gym selfie, right? So gym selfie. Hopefully nothing too crazy pops up. So the gym selfie is similar to the back selfie, but it's just like your typical picture. You don't. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't even have to be shirtless, right? Look, this guy got creative. This guy has an insane arm pump right now, and all he did was his arm in front of a mirror, right? If you're a cool guy living a cool life, and then you post that on your story, I'm pretty sure a girl's gonna heart it. One or two girls. That isn't not an insane indicator of interest on social media, right? But at least you know, like you're building a persona online. I am a jacked, handsome, you know, shredded guy that has a good time. And there's different ways to take physique pics, right? Like, look at this guy. This guy has strong forearms, right? And he's probably at like a nice dinner or a formal event, right? And he just rolled up his sleeves and he clenched them. He probably he probably went to the bathroom and clenched a little bit to get or did something. Brought one of those like what do you call it? Grip trainers or whatever. Um and got his veins pumping and he took a picture, right? And the dude looks strong, right? And he's probably got some girls to like swoon over that, right? And we can't be leaving this shit on the table. We have superpowers, guys. We just can't leave everything on the table, right? You don't have to be super jacked either, but have a good physique. And also for the physique pick, you don't have to be inside or in a gym. You could be on vacation, right? You could be on a beach, and all that. So yeah. All right. So uh that's it for the gym selfie. Like obviously we could talk about lighting. I don't have a lot. You guys have better things to do right now than having me talk about photography for this long, right? But down lighting is the best for the gym, right? So, and most gyms have down lighting, but you can take a picture and then edit it black and white and all that stuff. Anything that accentuates your muscles. Remember, women are literally like the most second most downloaded app by women is Facetune. They're literally lying about their bodies constantly, right? And here you are, scared to do a little bit of editing on your photos because you think it's not what do you call it? It's not honest, right? Fuck that. So, yeah. Anyways, okay. Where was I? All right. So, um, okay. So, we talked about those four types of selfies. All right. So, general tips for posing for pictures, right? We can go male photography poses. And essentially, you go on like I said before, I'm tired of telling you guys, Pinterest is really the best resource for guys that are trying to learn how to like look good in pictures, photography, and all that stuff, and learn poses, right? And generally speaking, the best things for posing for a picture, right, is you want to appear strong, confident, and masculine, right? And how do you appear these things? Essentially, you have a strong posture, right? None of this like scrunching in stuff and all that stuff, right? You have a strong posture, you open up your body and all that stuff. Um, yeah, shoulders down. Don't like, hunch up your shoulders. Be relaxed. Um, feet shoulder width apart. Don't be like closing your feet too much. You're a man, so open man spread for your pictures. And your body's opened up, right? Like your job as a man is to take up space, right? So do that. Um, these a lot of these pictures, some are weird, right? But some of these pictures are showing male masculine things, right? Like these guys are opening their bodies, they're relaxed. Like this guy right here is just he's just having pizza, right? But his hair and fit are on point, right? It's a relaxed denim jacket. And he's just chilling. There's a city in the background. Um, he's having a very confident shit eating uh expression on his face. He's just drinking some juice and he's having pizza with a friend or something, right? And he's just laid back, his shoulders are down. He's just having a good time. And that's masculine, right? That's he's just chilling. Um and all that, right? So here's another one. Shoulder width, obviously this guy's probably a model, right? But uh leg shoulder width apart, right? He knows how to wear a suit. He's only buttoned up the middle button and his hand is on his pocket, right? This is a fit pic, right? And he's showing it off. Like, look how, I look good and all that stuff, right? Um, Here's another one. Asian gentleman. His chin is up. He's looking up. He's not looking down. Uh, he's a very relaxed pose and all that. So yeah, this guy, a little bit more less body on him, right? Not as strong, but his legs are opened up. His body's opened up. Same thing in this picture. Body's opened up. These are masculine pose. This is another masculine pose, and it guys, this takes practice, right? It's gonna feel weird and stupid, right? Because your whole life you were taught that marketing yourself as a man on Instagram or taking pictures is feminine, right? It's not feminine. It's just that women are afraid that we fight fire with fire, right? And this is fighting fire with fire. And yeah. One of my favorite pictures, not that I'm a big smoker, I smoke cigars like once a month, is a cigarette pic, right? No matter what you think of cigarettes and cigars, and their health consequences, taking a picture with one is always going to be seen cool. It's rebellious. Um, it just looks cool. It always will be. And that's why people smoke cigarettes sometimes because it just looks cool, right? Um, but yeah. Let's see. And imagine, guys, like if you guys get over the fact that you think you're not photogenic, if you guys get over the fact that you think that you just don't have the right fits, if you guys get over yourselves and stop listening to outside voices and outside people who don't want you to win, who don't care that you win or not, right? You will be able to take pictures like this, right? That picture isn't even that high resolution. It isn't perfect, right? We don't even know if that guy is like conventionally handsome or attractive, right? He's just doing a normal pose looking down. He's just walking. Somebody took a picture of him, or he has a tripod set up, or whatever, and he's just walking. And he's just wearing a nice jacket in the middle of the night, right? He looks like he's going somewhere nice, or he's coming from somewhere nice. What does that communicate to women? You dress well. You're well groomed. You know how like you're socially calibrated because you're out at night. You're not like inside doing nothing all the time. And look at you, right? And you're well coordinated, like you give a shit. And these are attractive things to women. Um, it may not make sense to you. That's just like, hey, that's just the guy walking. Who cares? But to women, women have hamsters. Women have like they overthink things. And when you post pictures, right, they want you to add a little mystery to their life. They're bored, right? So if you add a little bit of these pictures that add a little bit of pizzazz to your life or show your life through a mysterious, interesting lens, right? You're making it fun for them, and that's all women want. Women just want to have fun, right? There you go for you guys that like bikes and have a bike, right? A lot of you guys probably don't take pictures, but you have a bike, right? Let's look it up. Motorcycle photography for you guys with motorcycles, right? Here you go. Tell me all these pics look badass. All of them. Tell me one pic that doesn't look badass. All of these look badass. Imagine if this a picture like this was on your profile. Is the guy exceptionally good looking? I mean, he's not ugly, but he's not a model. And he's wearing a shirt and t-shirt and boots, but he's in a nice cool area. Probably looks like the Midwest or like the Southeast or Southwest United States. And he has a motorcycle and he's just chilling. That's attractive to women, right? Women love motorcycles. In my case, piano photography, all right? I play piano, right? And I don't have a grand piano, but let's look at, you know, ways I could make a nice picture with my piano, right? Um, let me see. This one, look at that. This picture, this guy is showing off muscles, right? He's strong and he's in front of his piano. I could definitely do this picture, right? And he's leaning back. And when you lean back, guys, your muscles flex. Your triceps tense up and it almost like flexes, right? Try it. That is a good picture. There you go. Now write that one down for you guys that play piano and take that picture. Black and white, because pianos are black and white, so it complements the piano. And there you go. Right? There's different other things. Like uh want somebody in the chat, give me a hobby you have. Somebody in the chat, anyone. Um until you guys come up with one, I'll do Jack as a drummer, right? You play drums? Drummer photography, right? Let's see if we find something. Right, look at this. What if Jack took a picture of himself playing drums in this lighting, right? Look at this. What if he took a picture like that, right? I mean, these are harder pictures to get, right? You probably need somebody, a friend, or someone in the crowd, or someone across your apartment to take them, right? But yeah, you could definitely set this up in your house if you have a drum set or an instrument and all that stuff, right? It just takes practice. You got to learn your camera, you got to learn your equipment, you got to learn how to pose, and you got to take lots and lots of pictures because just like everything else, posing and photography is practice, right? Let's see if we got gaming, anime, Shiba Inu. All right, cool. Dog, Shiba Inu. Dogs are considered a hobby, so Shiba Inu photography. Let's see if we can find. It's probably gonna be silly memes. Watch this. It's just gonna be silly memes. Okay, cool. We got some. All right, so this is a girl, right? It's not a man, but this is a girl. But like a selfie once in a while with your puppy does your page good, right? Let me see. Here's one with the guy with his dog, right? Is that AI or is that real? That's AI, I think. Ooh, that's weird. Let me see if there's one. There you go. This guy with his dog. These look weird. Are these AI? These are AI. But anyways, it's the pose that counts, right? So there is a whole section of photography that's just photography with animals, and there's plenty of material on the internet, right? Dogs are very photogenic, right? Um, and they're very interesting, fun. They're kind of hard to it's kind of hard to take pictures of them because they're like they zoom around and all that stuff, right? Look at this. Look how adorable this. I think that's an Akita. Um, but yeah, if you learn how to take pictures with your dog, if you have a dog, you have to learn how to take pictures of it, right? And there's different ways. I honestly, let me see if there's a male dog photography or man with dog photography. I put aesthetic. Aesthetic, maybe that'll give better results. Here you go. Here's some pictures with men. Like here's a picture of a man and his dog on the lake. That's a very attractive picture. That would be very attractive to women, right? Um, I'm guessing sitting with your dog and having some nice scenery in the background. Um, that would be a good picture idea, right? And so on and so forth. Yeah. Yeah, like the AI was kind of like made me feel weird. Boxing, dude, boxing? Are you serious? Just boxing photography. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, dude, you're gonna tell me that the photos like this and photos like this. Well, I mean, that's not really you, but and a photo like this, having just have your friend, your one of your boxy friends, take a picture of you. You know, obviously you have to have special camera settings for that because catching movement with a camera, it could blur the picture. But if you get the settings right, which we're about to talk about, you know, you could take pictures like that. And you mean to tell me a girl's not gonna find that attractive? All in all, guys, what I'm trying to say here is none of these guys look like they're not getting female attention. If any of these pictures are put on their Instagram, women would be like, "Ooh," you know, they'd be like, "Wow, this guy is a boxer. Or this guy has a cute dog, or this guy is a nice fit, or this guy looks chill. He's having pizza with his homie, and he's dressed real." You know what I'm saying? Like all of these photos are supposed to communicate something, but the internet and women and lonely, bitter women that aren't happy with their relationships or have dorky husbands or want to go on the internet and lecture men all day about being a man and all that stuff. They want to tell you not to do this. They're like, this is lame, right? And I'm like, no, they're lame because the only pictures they can take are thottery pictures, i- uh, thirst traps, and then a picture with their fatter friends so they could stand out, right? You as a man, you're awesome, right? You're the coolest animal on the planet. You can do a lot of cool things, right? Um, but they don't want you to show that off. They don't want you to. The world does not want you to know your value. And you know, like we say in the red pill, there is nothing more attractive yet more horrifying to women than a man that knows his value. And the only way you're able to communicate that you know your value, that you're awesome, is through pictures in on the online, which is what most dating is nowadays is online. Yeah, open the aperture. Yeah, we're about to get into settings here soon. So yeah. Mojo Money Major, man, that's a tongue twister. Anything athletic, your best bet would be to hire a photographer while you're sparring in a match. Yeah, your friend's probably not gonna be able to take pictures of you as good. So I would say like in the meanwhile, right, and like until you get like a get good at your craft or maybe get jacked, mess around with your camera, like do burst shots and all that stuff. You don't need to, like again, nothing needs to be perfect. And then when you feel confident in your craft or in your hobby, hire a photographer, right? Like if I was gonna do a piano recital, I'd probably get someone professional or semi-professional to come take pictures and all that stuff, right? I even give him my camera. I have a photographer friend, and I just like, hey, dude, here's my camera. I I can pay you. Just put it in my. I'll edit them later. Can you just come to my recital and take pictures of me or something, right? And so on and so forth, right? Yeah, action photos, everything else. Yeah. And that's the thing. Look at your guys' average look at the average dude's Instagram profile, dating profile. It's just selfies, right? I didn't say selfies are bad, but if it's only selfies and group pictures where you're posing, you're boring, right? But if you have action photos where you're doing shit, right? That's very attractive to women. And you just mix it up, right? Selfie is like supposed to be the least amount of pictures in your life. The most amount of pictures should be you be doing action stuff, right? So get that tripod, get that clicker, set up that phone, or even ask someone to take pictures of you, learn the settings so you can capture movement and all that stuff and get to work, right? Um, all right. So, like I said before, this takes practice, right? You're not gonna be able to pose. It's gonna feel weird. Again, it's gonna feel feminine. Like, why am I posing? But understand, guys, that um you have to market yourselves, and in this world, you have to attack on all sides. You can't just leave pussy on the table, right? Um, if you feel nervous, if you don't understand how to pose, use props, right? Like a cup, your pockets. You put one hand in your pockets, right? Hold a hat, like if you want to do something silly, hold like to your hat like this. Put your hat like this and take a selfie. Like there's use props, right? Your dog, like or put the phone in front of your face or something like that, right? Play around. You're gonna feel uncomfortable, right? Because your whole life you were taught that even if you put the hard work in putting together a good fit, good fashion sense, you're the gym, you take care of your hygiene, all that, that you marketing yourself is lame and feminine. Isn't that insane? right? That's just another arm of the society trying to tell you that you're not as awesome as you think you are. But you are. If you put in the work, you are as awesome as you think you are, right? So, all right. Like I said before, the best places to find inspiration are Pinterest, right? Or if you guys know personally accounts or people that have really good photos, right? You may have a photographer friend. He may be able to teach you how to pose. There's plenty of stuff on YouTube on how to pose. Again, it's gonna feel weird, but whatever, you gotta learn and all that. And yeah, those are the best places to find inspiration. Pinterest is my number one place, right? Um, yeah. Uh, stop this. So, okay. So, um, one of the last things we'll talk about is the different camera settings. We'll run through those real quick. I won't take up too much of your guys' time, right? If you guys would like to leave a super chat and all that stuff, please do. I would appreciate the money, um, and all that. So, yeah, Tang. Yeah, you have to market your lifestyle. It's up to you. No one's gonna do it for you, right? Your friends could take pictures of you, but you gotta market, right? You have to market. Women are the buyers now, and when you talk to women, especially young women, they're gonna be like, "What's your Instagram?" And when you have a shitty Instagram, they're gonna be like, "I don't even know who this guy is." But if you have Instagram with awesome pictures like that, they're gonna be like, you know, and yeah. So camera settings can be overwhelming, right? We have aperture or f-stop, we have shutter speed, we have ISO, we have exposure compensation, and we have white balance, focus mode, shooting mode, metering mode, and that's pretty much the main camera settings, right? So we'll start with aperture. So aperture essentially is this controls the size of the lens opening, right? And this is how much light enters into the camera and the depth enters and the depth of field, right? So you'll see it as like f slash 2.8 or f8 or something like that. The lower the number, the wider the opening, and the more light and a blurry background uh it will make more light, it will bring more light into the camera, and it'll blur the backgrounds, right? These are great. So a lower number is good for selfies, for like headshots and all that stuff, right? So keep that in mind. Aperture, low aperture will blur the background, good for headshots, and focus on your face, right? um A higher number, like let's say f16, means a smaller opening, less light coming through, and more scene and focus ideal. So, like if you're gonna take a city, like a mountain, right, or a skyline or something like that, then you want a higher aperture, right? So yeah, aperture, size of the lens, opening, size of the lens that opens and allows light in, right? Shutter speed, right? Shutter speed is important. This is how long the camera sensor is exposed to light, measured in seconds or fractions of a second. So it's like either 1/100 or 1/2000th of a second. Faster shutter speeds freeze motion, right? Like speeding car, like we were talking about the boxing or sports or anything like that. A running dog. Dogs are kind of hard to take pictures of because they're so fast, right? Um, and then like slow ones are like let in more light but could blur stuff, right? So used for like at night there's not a lot of light, or creative effects like light trails and all that stuff, those people doing light trails, right? So that's what shutter speed is, right? So faster shutter speed for action shots like you doing like running or sports or catching a dog going really fast or a car or whatever. And then if it's nighttime, you want a slower one, right? Because there's not a lot of light. You got to let that light come in to the camera and uh, show more of yourself, right? Um, ISO, it's just the sensitivity to light, right? So a low ISO like 100, right, is less sensitive, giving cleaner images in bright conditions, right? So if you have a low ISO, like you'd probably be like the morning or the afternoon. There's plenty of sunlight or something like that. And then a high ISO is like for low light situations, but it can add a little bit of grain, right? So when I went to that anime party, my brother was trying to um put ISO as high as possible on my camera, and it still came out grainy. And I mean, that's a cool, it almost adds like a cool grainy effect, right? But at the same time, since I didn't have flash, it just made it just made the picture super grainy, right? And that's the best he could do, right? And that's because the ISO, it was just too dark and low light. And also on top of that, if you don't since in a dance club or a place where people are dancing and moving, that's movement, right? So you need a high shutter speed, so it kind of cancels out how much light can come in, right? Because a high shutter speed means less light comes in, and then ISO, a higher ISO, um, makes it more sensitive for low light. So it's just like almost like it cancels out, right? So it's tough, right? So if you're gonna go to a place that's dark and there's a lot of movement, maybe get one of these little flashes. There's like $20 on it's an attachment. Make sure it's compatible with your camera, and then it's powered by a battery. You turn it on, and boom, flash when you take a picture, right? So yeah, so that's ISO. Exposure compensation. So this tweaks the camera's automatic exposure. If a photo looks too dark, you can dial it up. Too bright, you can dial it down. It's handy in tricky lighting like snow or backlit. Yeah, like snow bounces off a lot of light. Or like places where there's a lot of light behind you and all that stuff. Maybe a concert, you're taking a selfie at a concert. Maybe exposure can help and all that stuff. White balance. So this is like color tones, right? So um, sunlight, fluorescent, stuff like that. Auto white balance is usually what the cameras are usually set to. And it usually works fine. But you can set it up manually like daylight or tungsten to avoid like weird color cast, right? Like if your picture keeps turning blue or like red, like hey, let me fix this so it looks like normal, right? Focus mode is like how the camera locks into a subject. Some cameras sometimes you have to like tap the picture button, not hold it, so it can like come into focus and all that stuff. Single, I think I don't know what the AF/S, which uh is for still okay. So if you're like not moving, let's say you're just taking a selfie or just an object that's not moving, then your focus mode will be single, right? Continuous is like for tracking moving things, right? Like a car or a dog or something. Like yeah, sports or wildlife. Manual focus lets you take full control with often with a focus ring on the lens, right? There's different shooting modes. Auto, where the camera decides everything. You just leave it. You don't want to deal with settings. You're in a rush or whatever. You just put auto. Uh, Here's the thing with auto, right? A lot of people get expensive cameras. They're hard-earned cash and stuff on expensive cameras. So what ends up happening, right, is you you pay for this camera and you don't take the time to learn it. So and then you get dissatisfied with the product, the photos, right? And then you're like, I just need a more expensive camera. So a year later, you buy an even more expensive camera, and the pictures are better, but you still haven't learned the settings, so you can't really get much out of the camera, right? So instead of paying for more and more expensive stuff, just learn the settings, and you can get high quality photos from your cheaper camera instead of just relying on auto. Auto should be like, hey, I don't got time, or auto should be like, hey, I just don't feel like I don't know what settings to do for this, and just see if the camera can figure it out, right? Um, Program is like where beginners we usually start is like, hey, auto with some manual tweaks. Aperture priority, meaning you set the aperture and the camera picks the shutter speed. Shutter priority is vice versa. And then manual, you control both aperture and shutter speed for full creative freedom. When you ask Grok for like, hey, I want to take a selfie, or I want to do this, or I want to do that, it's gonna usually go manual and give you every single setting, right? So if you have AI on your phone like Grok or ChatGPT, don't hesitate to ask, hey, I want to take a picture of me and my dog just walking. And it's this sunlight and and all that. And it's just gonna give you boom the settings right there. So you go in your camera, change the settings, and boom, you have it. Right. And there you go, guys, using AI to get better pictures. And there's metering mode, determines how the camera measures light to set exposure, evaluative or matrix, averages the whole scene, center weighted, prioritize the middle, spot, measures a tiny area, used for high contrast shot, right? I haven't learned that much about that. I'll get there when I get there, but Grok has all this information. ChatGPT, just learn. Um, and all that. So, yeah. All right. So yeah, guys, that's basically all I have on photography. Obviously it's a big topic. It's not something I can cover in an hour and a half. I'm not a professional, but I am learning and all that stuff. So, um, take pictures, lots of pictures, right? So here's my challenge to you guys, right? Whether you guys have an iPhone or a professional camera, let's say you have a dusty camera you haven't used or whatever, learn it and just take 100 pictures a week, right? Not pictures of a wall, not pictures of your like pictures with you in them, right? Or with people like your friends. Take lots of pictures. You don't have to tell people to stop doing what they're doing and take pictures with you, right? Take candids. Ask people like, "Hey, can you take pictures of me?" Right? Set up a tripod somewhere. Put your phone against a rock. Take lots and lots of pictures. 100. Try to do 100. It's just tick, 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 tick. And you'll realize like, holy crap, I look really good at this angle, right? Holy crap, I actually look interesting. Holy crap, I didn't know I could look that good in a photo, right? And you're gonna be like, wow. So people that are photographers and people that are models, they take hundreds, if not thousands, of photos, right? And then they choose like the best 10, right? Just like with game and women, you don't take every girl home that you talk to. You take like 10%. Same thing with photos. Take 100 photos, maybe 10 of them are gonna be good enough, and then you delete the rest, right? So yeah, um, this is important, guys. Don't let the internet, don't let other men tell you or bully you into not learning how to market, right? Uh, Remember, you want the majority of your photos to be candids of you being interesting and all that, and then the rest, maybe a selfie. Use selfie sparingly. Selfie is not exactly it's not your main picture anymore, right? It's just something that you post once in a while, right? Yes, you could take selfies with beautiful women or hot women, and it kind of cancels out the selfie effect, right? But still, you need to take action shots, right? And um, you have to learn how to like what parts of your body are the most attractive in photos. And that's it, guys. It's really that. Yeah, so um anyways, you guys have any questions or anything for me? Um I just want to go over something real quick here for you guys, right? Hold on. Okay, so this is important. Let me close my chats here. Um I want to show you guys present there we go. Share. Okay, let me get rid of this. So right here, I have a tweet that said, "Oh my God, this is so small." There we go. Body count discourse is more about men fearing they won't get her sexual best than purity, and this is something that everyone is so natiffy about because they themselves are scared of women not being the best that they could do, or sorry, women not giving them their sexual best, right? And you have your typical everyone's angry at me because I'm just like, so you support degeneracy? I'm like, dude, I don't support or not support. I don't have a choice in the matter, right? I we can't be using old order thinking to navigate in a modern world, or else you'll be a target, right? And that's what these men are. It's very important, right? Like here's this guy. He's like retarded take, men don't want AIDS or women who can't emotionally connect. Guys, when you're that neurotic, where you think that women have a woman that has is out there, um, having sex is gonna like kill you because you have sex with her. That's a demonstration of lower value, right? That neuroticism, right? Men that have it okay with have that are good with women, they don't care about this shit. They care about like, hey, did I have sex? No, okay, then not my problem. And women or men that don't fuck, right, are constantly worrying about these extreme variables. Like, what if this happens? What if that? What if she doesn't bond with me? I'm like, bro, you don't even know her. What do you mean bond? Right? relationship is her problem. Like, hey, she wants to bake me a pie, then sure. Still don't care. Like, I'm still not like keen on a relationship, right? It's just like these guys don't get it. They're so stuck. They're so behind. They're so afraid. They want someone. Um. So yeah. And then Gia commented, "No, he's on point. Simply commented, hearing about it. Okay, I don't understand if she's defending me or anything like that, but sure. Uh, okay. Uh, this guy, here's another demonstration of lower value. He is terrified. Let me blow this up a little bit. It's kind of small. Um, oh, sorry. No, you're not supposed to see that. All right. Okay, cool. Crap, I lost it. Okay, man, I gotta go find this post. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Um, where was it? Okay. RoboCap, right? This guy said it's more about the same being this at the same stage in life. She's got 5 STDs. I'm not on that level yet. I got still got miles to go before I'm right for her and she's right for me. And I'm like, yeah, dude, it's nearly impossible to get 5 STDs. Like, um, yeah, yeah. Again, like this neurotic. You're so worried. Like who cares, right? This guy's like, I don't even know what you mean by her sexual best. And I'm like, somehow I don't doubt that. You have fun on the internet, man. Um, I think it's more about baggage and damage. Guys, like women having low body counts or being virgins does not like these guys think that being a girl being a virgin and not being touched by other guys is like some silver bullet that you'll never have to worry, you won't have to run game in the relationship or dread that and they try to back it with morality, right? And that's what I said here on my profile, right? This it's just like I said both genders use morality to present their sexual strategy as the correct one, right? Like women will say, like a man should step up, right? Men should step up to wife up these hoes or something like that. That's women using morality against us for their sexual strategy. That way they can have fun in their 20s and when they get to like, dried up in 30, they they can tell men to come save them, right? And they use morality. And then men are like, no, women should be virgins because blah blah blah, and they use science and morality, excuse me, and all that crap, right? And I'm like, sure, no, um, yeah, I'm sure they're pretty mad. And I said, No, dude, you want it to be easier. That's the problem, right? When your body count's high, when you're a slayer yourself, right? You think it's cute when girls act slutty. You're like, whatever, because some girls act slutty and they're not, and some girls are like try to put on a little purity thing and they're just they're hoes, right? Um, and they're all these, you know, there you go. Tia Mari was a virgin and she crashed her out relationship just like every other black elder millennial female. Yeah. Like virginity doesn't guarantee nothing. It's nothing, dude, right? Which woman is waiting for a Tradsberg to lose her virginity to? Tell me. None. They're not like, oh, I can't wait for a Tradsberg that's tweeting at red pill men all day about virginity to come wife me up. No, they're just waiting for to get it over with, right? They're a little shy and they're just waiting to get it over with, right? And that's it. Yeah. And guys, even if you took your virginity, you think she's just gonna automatically be like, "You're my husband now," and you're gonna ride off in the sunset and not have to worry about it? No. She could very well be like, "Hey, hey, thanks for taking it. I'm gonna go have fun now," which is what happened to me. I took a girl's virginity when she was 25. Right? This was 2 years ago, 2023. After a month, she was gone. Got a tattoo on her back, gone, having fun. She was a good girl. She was like a nice person, but basically she just needed to get it over with. And I'm like, okay, cool, glad I could help, right? So yeah. um And then people with their like abstractions, yeah. Yeah, just people that like you can tell like this is a pain point for men, you know. They want state or religion or whatever to enforce monogamy for them, and they try to make it a moral thing. I'm like, no, dude, like it doesn't matter whether it's moral or there's no morality in dating and women, right? It's the winner takes all. It's always been like that throughout history. You guys are hearkening or thinking of a time when you didn't have to do anything but bring a paycheck home, and women would be like, "Yay, marry! I'm gonna be married for the rest of our lives." And then you use romance and morality and science to back this up. The truth is, nobody cares. You're not that important. Get good. Because even women that get married to you as virgins can turn out to be sluts and ruin your life. There is no perfect outcome, right? You cannot control the universe because of your morality. Sorry. And yeah, I just wanted to address that. This shit really pisses me off, man. Yeah, and then like women love this stuff too, right? Because they mean, oh, I got a low body count. Or at least that's what they convince themselves of. They're like, I'm awesome. I'm like, I'd rather a girl with 20 men under her belt than a girl with two that's a bitch and that I don't have fun with. The girl with 20, her body count isn't even close to mine, right? And the girl with 20 is probably fun, exciting. And as long as she gives me her sexual best, as a matter of fact, her sexual best could be too much for me. She could be like, "Hey, can we like I had a girl once, like she's like, "Hey, do you want to swap? Like I could we can go uh to my friend's house. She's hot. You can have sex with her and I can have sex with her boyfriend." And I'm like, I can't do it because I don't want to see another naked man in the room with me. Now, if I would have done it, maybe I would have gotten over it and I'd be like, okay, cool. That's just another naked dude next to me, like a couple feet. Just stay away from me, bro. But like, maybe I would have enjoyed it. But like, she was saying, hey, this is my sexual. I'm a kinky gal, right? And then she kept asking me like, "Hey, can we record it ourselves? Hey, can we watch pornography while we can you watch pornography while you do me or whatever?" And I'm like, "Yeah, there you go. This girl is a sweet, nice chick, but she's a sexual being. She has kinks, right? She has these things, right?" And she was awesome. And then there's girls that are virgins or only slept with one or two dudes that are huge bitches, sex negative, angry, not fun to be around. I'm like, no, I'd rather be with the slutty girl. I trust 100 times I'd rather be with the slutty girl. She's more fun, right? It's women use this stuff, especially trad women and church women, right, as to cover up their shitty personalities and to moralize and think they're better than other women, right? Uh, Ladies, your burden of performance, if you want to be in a relationship, a lot of you don't, but if you want to be in a relationship, is be likable, be pleasant. Your chastity and your sex, both of those mean nothing to men that fuck because we can get that somewhere else. And what does chastity even give us? What? We don't even like men that fuck don't expect commitment. That's the thing. We're not entitled. That's the big difference here. These men and women are entitled. They think if I take virginity, then you owe me the rest of your life. I'm like, that's insane. A player's like, hey, if you want to fuck, let's do it. If not, have a nice day. It was nice meeting you. No entitlement. And it's funny because that same attitude gets you laid more than anything. The lack of entitlement. But whatever. More for me, these guys are going to be scared in their basements or in their masturbatoriums, thinking about, oh no, if I have sex, I'll get an STD, or I have to wait and sit on my hands for a perfect virgin girl or a girl with a low body count to come marry me, and I never have to run game or be hot or exciting again to women, to my wife. And it's just like, no wonder a lot of these wives divorce their husbands, right? It's because they have to deal with this every day, right? That's why I feel sometimes for the rad femmes. And like, it's just because, guys, you have a burden of performance. You're a fucking man. And also, don't you like charming people? I get a kick out of making people laugh and bantering. It doesn't have to be with women, with my family, even with my mom. You guys don't even like to banter with your mom. You call your mom all dopey and sad. Mom, I'm sad. You don't call your mom and be like, hey, old gal, I missed you. And talk to her like, make her laugh and all that stuff. It's your burden of performance as a human is to be likable, to be pleasant. And both sides, this stems from both sides not wanting to stand up and be like, hey, m- I don't get things because of this. You have to bring value to people's lives. And right now, chastity and sex don't mean much. And I know that sucks, right? For some girls, they're just like, but it's everything to me. I don't want to give it away to any guy. I'm like, I get that, right? But if you like a guy, communicate, be like, hey, I'm just a little scared. And the guy's gonna be like, well, she's wasting my time. Well, now, ladies, now it's your turn to up the charm. Hey, I'm gonna make some food for you. I really want you in my life, but I just need a little time. There you go. At least the guy's gonna slow down and be like, she means something. Or hey, let me pay for dinner this time, right? Because at least I feel like my time's being wasted, bad girl. But hey, I got a free food. I'm like, oh, okay, not bad. Maybe she is serious. Or do other ancillary sex things, right? Like, hey, I can send you news, or I can, we can just make out, or something, right? Something besides vagina, right? And this is what this all stems from: is men and women hating the fact that a guy's sacrifice is not enough and a woman's sex isn't enough. And competent people know this. They know this early. Like, I know that me bringing a paycheck to a relationship is not enough for any woman on earth, unless she's very poor, right? And even then, she won't even like me for me. She'll like me for my money. Um, so I gotta be charming. I gotta be fun. I gotta be spontaneous. I gotta be entertaining. Then over time, obviously, the human bond and connection will kick in and she'll start to really connect, bond with me as a human, that we're humans, right? But, within the first couple weeks to months, that's all you got. You can't be giving money away. Any guy can have a credit card and give her whatever she wants. And then for women, like, yeah, pussy, great. Good luck trying to get a guy to stay around just because you got give him box. And a lot of you give him box, but like after lots of stress and pain and like and headache, right? Who wants to deal with that? I'd rather just play Monster Hunter with my friends, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, both of you, you have to offer more than those things. Um, Virginity, yeah, if you get it, cool, great, like sure. If you get a low body count woman, awesome, like no one's telling you to run away or like that, you know. But remember, whether she's a virgin or a turbo slut, women are women, right? Obviously, one is going to be a probably a little psychologically different, but it doesn't make them less likable, right? It may not make them fun to be in a relationship with, but there's women that are slutty that are just fun to hang out with. Like, oh, you know, think of the sluttiest woman you ever met. Who would you rather go to the club with? Tommy Lahren or some slut, the town slut? I'd rather go to the club or to a bar with a town slut and have a drink and talk about life. She's probably has some crazy stories, right? And that's all it is. Like, body count is important only if you're neurotic about outcomes, right? For me personally, yes, an extremely high body count could mean something beyond personality, right? Or something beyond like something I could handle. It could mean that she has psychological, like really bad psychological issues that make even hanging out with her nearly impossible, right? It could mean that yeah, like that. She has psychological issues, right? But I'll never know that number, and it's not worth ruminating on it. Just watch what they do, right? A good way to know is if you meet a girl you start dating and she bangs your friend or something, or she bangs, or she's met guys that you know and has sex with them. I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry. Like, personally speaking, I cannot do it because you bang someone I know. And thanks. But other than that, guys, it's not really much control. Yeah. And you'll get laid a lot more once you stop shaming women and stop framing this as like, purity and chastity. Chastity is great, guys. Like, I like a shy girl with a low body count. Who doesn't, right? But at the same time, um, it doesn't absolve you of your duty as a man in your burden of performance. And that's what these guys want. They want the virgin and low body count girl because they don't have to put in work. And I'm like, no. And the thing is, like, us guys, oh, look, it showed up finally. No wonder I started getting lots of views. Freaking Twitter. Jesus Christ. That was the weirdest thing ever. Yeah, now 301 viewers. Damn it. Right. That's the one. If you can't bring her to your social circle without being confronted by her past, yeah, that's the one, right? Because that's like visceral. I can't control that, right? If I'm introducing you to somebody and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" and then she's like, "Hey, yeah, me and him used to fool around," I just probably still hit, but at the same time, it's just I can't. It's just like it's a here thing. It's blocking me from liking you beyond sex, and even then, sex could be like tough, right? So yeah, there's just some things that ladies it's just not my fault. I cannot. Some guys might not care, but like most guys are just like, I can't. You banged like the bartender over there. Like I can't. And I know that guy is a good friend of mine. I'm sorry, I can't. Right? Like you guys, you're great, but I just can't do it. Sorry, and all that. But you know, it's all good. No reason to be mad at her. You could just be like, hey, sorry, I can't do it. And all that. Facts, nuke. It's red pill guys still idealizing women, different but similar to the blue pill guys. They still haven't learned. Yeah, and idealizing women is just it's dehumanizing them, right? They're not perfect little creatures. They're not here to placate your trad fantasy, right? They're here for your fun and enjoyment. They don't like to hear that, right? But like Alan Watts said, don't take seriously what the gods made for fun. They're not here to fit into your perfect fantasy of a life that you've made up in your head, right? They're here because they're in your life because you're awesome, and that's all you have to worry about. Be awesome. Now you can be awesome in your own way. You can have awesome clothes, awesome beard, right? I can't grow a beard that well. I just have to scrub. You can have awesome job if it's awesome. Yeah, awesome friends, awesome place you live in. Just be awesome. And then everything else should fix itself. There's gonna be points in your life where you're gonna have to like tell a girl "f you," within a relationship, your boundaries, your assertive bill of rights, use that, and it's gonna be tough, right? We live in a world that's very femme centric. God, it's gonna be tough. But for the most part, if you're hot and attractive, relationships are that much easier, right? And one thing you're gonna realize for you guys that are on your journey is that body count stuff, as you get more attractive, you're gonna care less. And especially as you get older, right? You're gonna find slutty women amusing. Like for younger guys, they see an interview on the street and the girl's like, "I suck 20 dicks, whatever." Right? To them, it's gonna be like horrifying. They're gonna be like, "The world's coming to an end because women are sucking dicks or whatever." First off, as you get older, you're gonna be like, "That girl's lying. That girl's lying." You can just tell. She just wants attention. She's lying about being sexual for clout, right? Guys with guys with experience have met women that are like that in public, and then in the bedroom, they're the shyest little creatures. Like, I don't know if I want to do this, and then like they can barely handle sex. They're like tapping because they're just like, wait, it's too much, right? Like guys know, guys that get laid, guys that are experienced know this shit. It's all shit test. It's all women just trying to get in your head and mess with you. And if you get bothered by what women say online, then you failed. Right? Do not take seriously what the gods made for fun. Right? Number two, um, as you get older as well, you just don't care what people do outside of you. You're just like, great, you suck. I'd be like, why don't you just keep doing like go for 100? Great, do it. It's just like you just don't care, right? Within the confines of a relationship, mostly you just start caring about, is this girl likable? Is she fun? Is she not giving me headaches? Right? And I've always thought to myself, what if my girl or any girl I dated or you guys dated comes up and says, "Yeah, I did this in college," right? That's for every man. The more you shame about body count or you frame your interaction with women as from like a purity, I'm just trying to find a wife perspective, the more she's gonna clam up about that stuff. And then when you finally marry her and have kids, it's gonna be like 10 years in when she thinks she has you, right? When she's gonna reveal something like that. Choice is yours. You can get her to reveal something like that within the first 2 weeks of meeting and see if you're okay with it, or you can get her to reveal it 10 years in with two kids in a house and a mortgage, and now you can't even look at her in the eye. Choice is yours. I'd rather not shame and not care about body count and have her be upfront about everything, and then I can make a decision. And guys, it's not even about morality. It's just like there's just some things I can't stomach, right? Yeah, like this girl's like, "Hey, you wanna be in a room and swap?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I would love to bang your friend. I'm a dude. Your friend's hot. Yeah, sure." but I just can't do it with a dude there, right? Next to me. I just can't. Maybe it wasn't even that big a deal, but for me, I'm like, I don't know, meeting a stranger and like three people swapping fluids. I just can't do it. Like, can you just be your friend? And she's like, no. And I'm like, damn it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like a morality thing. It was just like, hey, sorry, I can't. Like, just not my thing. And she was like, okay, cool, no big deal. And that's it. And the girl was pretty awesome chick, right? Pretty awesome chick, right? But the devil's triangle. Love to hang out with her still. It's not a judgment thing. It's just I don't need that in my life. Yeah, if you can't remember, yeah, exactly. You just don't want to deal with that in your life, right? If she sucked the dick before you, you just don't ever want to see or speak to that guy. It's just how men are, right? And all that. All right, we got 615 viewers just now because Twitter fixed itself. It's insane, freaking Twitter, ruining my engagement and all that. So, oh, more opinions are coming in about this stuff. But anyways, uh, I wish I had more resources for you. Obviously, I have my course, right? My fashion breakdown course. It's pretty fast course on like uh just basic fashion principles, like what to wear, what not to wear, and all that stuff. Colors, logos, uh, having a look, what suits you, sizing, um, public opinions on how you dress, appropriateness, weather, all this stuff, right? It was me, my phone. Oh wait, not so fast. I'm gonna use Mirror Force, motherfucker, and that's gonna destroy your account. Um, Nuke, when's the next Twitter space? Maybe tomorrow. Like guys, I fell off a ladder last Friday, not last Friday, Friday before last, and my hand's still recovering. I can't use it. I can't go to the gym. I can't play piano. I can type a little bit. I typed an article this morning. Um, I can play video games, which is pretty awesome. It's awesome that I can mess up my hand, but video games do nothing bad to me. So, uh, yeah. So I have more time to do Twitter Spaces, so I'll probably hop on. But do you guys prefer me to make my own spaces instead of hopping onto others' spaces, right? Because sometimes I hop onto others and it's just like they got this weird drama going on with each other, like little high school girls, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And I just want to teach. I just want to share my experiences and all that stuff. So activate solemn judgment. Your mirror force negate. Haha. But I use trap. Uh, crap. What is it? Trap. Something. Yes, make your own space. You got it, Samuel. You win. You're gonna make my own space. So yeah, guys, fashion course. I'll put the gum. Let me get the Gumroad link for you guys. Um, oh, site can't be reached. Interesting. Trap deactivate? No, it was called something else. It's called. Oh crap! It'll come to me. It was like my most hated card playing the games when I was a kid because. Hold on. Okay, so um, let me copy. There we go. So here's the course, guys. Trap Jammer. There you go. Thanks, Julian. Trap Jammer. I use Trap Jammer, Jack. So holy shit, man. Viking Paradigm Noises, Yu-Gi-Oh! Speeds, bro. That's like the next level. Fuck. I didn't know he was one of us, Jack. Viking knows his fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Ugh. Uh, hey, Viking, ask Jack about my dinosaur deck. Just ask him. Ash Blossom, man. Isn't that card? It should be banned by now, right? Isn't that card banned? God damn it. Guys, there's my course. Sorry, there's my course. It's $30. Right now, 5 sales. Guys are liking it. It's $30, 10,000 words, 44 different topics on how to dress better. It's not super in depth, but it's a good crash course. Get you in the right mindset to start dressing better. Right, it's a low hanging fruit. and all that stuff, right? Also, guys, I just launched my private Discord, right? I'll give you I'll share the general here. I'll put this here. I'll share the general link here. Um, this is not my free one. This is my private Discord. You have to pay to get in. There's a 7-day free trial, right? And we already got 2 members. If you guys are on the Patreon, you get this for free already, right? Because you guys have been loyal and all that stuff. Uh, the fashion, the little fashion guide is for free. It's in the resources server, or sorry, channel. It's the PDF. You just click on it and it's yours. So you can download it and all that stuff. It's yours. You don't need to pay for it. Go on Gumroad and pay for it, right? So I'll give you that. We do weekly calls, right? We have chat set up for anyone that has questions or like, hey, what do I say to this girl? What do I text back? Any concepts? Or if you guys just want to talk shit about anything, right? It's just guys being guys, right? I just launched it a couple days ago. I'm just waiting for the 2 members that we have to like tell me when they want it. Since we have so little members, I'm just gonna tailor it to them for now, right? But if you guys sign up, I will just I mean, I'm on Discord most of the day, right? If I'm not, I'm probably doing something important at work, but I will have my Discord open and get back to anyone pretty quickly, right? If you're a paying member. And I will whatever you guys want to talk about, and then if you guys Oh yeah, Seven Tools of the Bandit. Yeah, thanks. Um, if you guys want to talk about anything or you guys want a one-on-one, you just give me a heads up and we could casually talk, get on voice and talk about anything you need, right? I'm here for you guys. I think this is a better way to access you guys and your issues with this dating stuff or red pill knowledge and all that stuff, right? We're preoccupied. We got better things to do to be worrying about women and red pill stuff all day, right? A lot of us have jobs, kids, families, personal problems, projects. We got a lot of things going on, right? So if you guys have any issues, go in the Discord, blah blah blah. Hey, this girl's doing this or my girl's doing that, right? Then I'm able to answer and all that stuff. And yeah, over time I'll bring more and more people. I got Jack in there, and Jack, he's a mod there, so he can answer any of your questions as well. So, guys, I appreciate your support. I appreciate you guys watching me and all that stuff. Today is my Yesterday was my Twitter anniversary, which is pretty interesting. Um, and it's been a long road, right? I didn't know I would get this far, 21,000 followers on Twitter. Apparently I know how to tweet very well, right? I'm so glad my account hasn't been taken down. I've said some crazy stuff. But I appreciate you guys' support. And I'll continue doing what you're doing as long as you guys watch me. And if you guys ever have any questions or you want to reach out, Discord would be the best place to do it, but Twitter, if I'm not too busy, guys, I get bombarded by messages, fake messages, group chats, all this stuff. So I don't always answer right away. And I have things going on too, right? Does the fashion guide have outdoor lifestyle boot recommendations? I have to look through it, but right now I am going through it and making it twice as long, and I'm going to be charging the same. So this is like 1.0. 2.0 is going to be much more in depth. But I'm just going through it slowly. I got so much things going on, right? So if you give me time, you can buy this, and I'm going to come out with another version that's going to be the same price or less, right? And all that. So, but if you have any, if you might want to super chat now or something, I can give you my personal boot recommendations because I like boots just like any other guy, right? But I would say weather is important, right? If you live in an area with lots of snow, then you might want boots with good treads, right? Um, if you live in an area, if you want boots that also double as like classy shoes or can be worn with jeans um, you know, uh, or do you want to wear boots that look more rugged, more like tailored to your personality, right? Do you live in the Midwest and or you work with your hands? Are you blue collar and do you want to wear that kind of vibe to a date or to an outing, right? You probably don't want to wear Chelsea boots, right? You probably want to wear like more rugged even Timberlands or something like that to a function because that's just who you are, right? There's things that go into this. male fashion is a lot of calibration to who you are as a person, right? You don't want to wear something that's not you. So outdoor, I'm gonna guess that you like being outdoor, like your profile picture is very like looks like you're out in a park or on a mountain or something, right? So you probably want to wear something you want to do something that's durable, right? And maybe easy to clean because you're gonna be dusty and dirty and all that stuff and comfortable, right? Because you're walking and all that stuff. So, I mean, there's plenty of brands, right? I know that's not, and I'm not gonna get too into this because you know it's not the topic of the show, right? But I would say for you, I wouldn't do anything that's like I wouldn't do chuckas, I forgot how to say it, Chelsea boots or anything like that. Uh, um, rain boots or sorry, duck boots, pretty would probably work for you if like you're out in the mud or it's raining where you're at, you know, depending on the weather. Um, let's see. Uh, I would say, let me see if I can bring it up. A boot like this would probably do you good depending on your. Let me present. Share screen. There we go. So a boot like that probably do you good. Nordstrom Rack is a great place to shop for stuff. Their shop online is pretty user friendly and all that stuff. So um yeah. Uh like boots like if you're constantly outdoor, I mean having a pair of boots like these, right? Lace up boots would be nice to go out with. You know, you could wear them with a pair of jeans or you can wear them with some formal wear, some you know, as long as you pair them well, that doesn't it's not bad, right? But if you're like strictly for outdoor, you probably want something with good treads, something easy to clean and all that. And obviously, maybe you want it to last longer, right? These boots are waterproof here too. You know if you're out in the wilderness and all that stuff. So yeah, just you know basically observations, nothing too in depth and all that stuff, right? So wear Tim's to, you know, Tim's has a lot of stuff besides the New York boots that everyone they're famous for, right? They have a lot of cool stuff. I had rain duck boots that were Tim's. Man, those were some of the most comfortable, best looking boots I've ever had. But yeah. Cheers for this. We'll have to look through the guide. Very into hiking in Scotland and been through too many trash pairs. But yeah, like if you're a hiker, you probably want some good stuff, right? I would look at Thursday Boot Company. I don't know if they have hiking boots or something like that. They're expensive, but they last a long time. You'll have them for years and years and years, right? Um, but yeah. All right, guys. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the super chats. So yeah, sign up to the Discord, Gumroad, Substack. Let me put the Substack in there. We got a lot of things going on, right? Just published a new article this morning. Um, hold on. Use site. So here's the Substack. Where am I? Oh, here's the Substack, guys. Sign up to Substack, $7 a month, and all that stuff. Um, what else? Yeah, and that's basically it, guys. The Discord over time is going to get better as I get more organized. I'm still learning and practicing the app. You know, I'm using Grok and AI to learn about the stuff. It's pretty much set up. And you guys are welcome, right? I have to charge because this is time consuming for me. I have to charge something, right? And but there's a general board which is free if you guys want to come in there and say hi and all that stuff. But for the most part, for the you know for the nitty gritty advice or whatever you guys need, I have to charge because it's my time, right? Nuke when running book. I'm on article 51, 49 more to go, and then I'll publish all the articles, right? So just give me time. I have a bum hand. I got a lot of things going on. I got a job, so yeah. Julian, great show, great topic, underrated subject. Seems simple, but I think many dudes struggle with this. Yeah, because taking pictures is weird, right? Like even me, like even when I take a selfie, I like do 100 poses of my face because I'm afraid that I look stupid, right? But guys, take yourself more seriously, right? Take yourself more seriously. Take your selfies. You know, it's even saying the word selfie sounds lame, right? But like you need to present you're awesome. You're a awesome dude. You're more awesome than you think. You need to learn how to present that to the world. Just like you know how guys stress over a resume? They're like, how do I present to my employer that I'm awesome? And they stress and they get resume guys and they remake it and they do it again. Have some of that for your pictures because your pictures are a resume to women, It does not mean that you're gonna get hired. It just looks good for you. So I'm not saying be neurotic, but obsess a little bit. Learn this stuff. Pose. What? Take an hour, take 20 minutes and set up a camera and pose in your apartment. Clean up your apartment and pose. You'll be surprised at how good some of the pictures will be. And even for me, I still think it's lame. I'm like, I don't think it's lame, but I feel lame. I'm like, man, I look ugly in this picture. Like, what was I doing? But you can delete them. No one's ever gonna see them. But it takes practice, like everything else. And it just seems like the guys with the best social media are doing the best with women, right? And also, it doesn't have to be for women too. It could be for your brand. Maybe you run a podcast. Maybe you have a product. Maybe you're a physical trainer. Maybe you're a musician. Taking good pictures is good for business, right? And people take you more seriously and all that stuff. So, yeah. All right. We got 1,000 people watching. Um, so I appreciate all the excuse me, sorry. I'm just exiting out some windows. I appreciate all the time you guys took out today to watch me and all that stuff. But I gotta go. I got a long week ahead of me. Don't worry, guys. I will be pushing out more stuff. You guys just gotta give me time. And I'll get to you. But all right, guys. New outro. Enjoy.